Hello everyone, this is Aaron, and I'm here to answer a simple question. Why is Tunic? Ask yourself, were you one of the people who liked Link being a wolf in Twilight Princess? Have you often imagined the feeling of the wind in your fur as you bash a slime in the face with a stick you found on the ground? Do you enjoy dying? Traveling back for your stuff only to die again? If so, then Furry Dark Souls, Tunic, is an action-adventure game for you. In Tunic, your lovable fox boy wakes up on a beach and chooses violence. Why? Who knows? The game doesn't even let you read the menu. Everything in the game from the menu to signposts is in some fox language that will slowly decode as you play the game. You leave your beach, though, and start terrorizing the wildlife. Along your path of carnage, you run into some bad dudes in armor that clearly have it out for foxes. Before too long, you make a trip to the Shadow Realm and see the spirit of a fox trapped behind a barrier. Asking no questions, you set off to unleash them back upon this world. Accomplishing your goal will require you to find giant tuning forks, 3 of them in fact. Hitting those bad boys will get rid of those pesky barriers and free Fox Daddy. At least, that's how it seems. Much like Dark Souls or Elden Rings, the story isn't clear. No. They throw you a few tiny morsels, then kick you out into the harsh wilderness to discover what you will. Your fox brain has no time to wonder who you're saving, though, knowing only that you will bring the wrath of your sword arm down on all who stand in your way. You don't even consider the fact that you're just a small fox with a stick, and the wildlife can shoot lasers at you. Or that the little goblin wannabes are better armed and have plate armor. You don't even question the fact that you can buy goodies like new health potion slots and bombs from death. Seriously, Giant Fox Reaper lets you enter their portion of the Shadow Realm and sell you stuff. Very politely, I might add, even giving you a little bow after the transaction. Back in the real world, you trust your fabled rolling ability to keep you safe. Swing your stick at some slime or sword-wielding punk, and then die. You wake up at a shrine, though, thinking, yeah, I'll just go get my stuff back. And then die. Wake up, die, wake up, die, wake up, die. Souls-like mechanics, I see you hiding behind the gorgeous look of this game. You can't fool me. You think I didn't suspect something when the Fox Shrines healed me? I know a restore point when I see one. I'll give you this, though. That knockback, when I pick up my essence, and more importantly, my money, is pretty handy for getting the enemies off my back. Oh, and I bet you think you're real cute, having the instruction manual for the game be an in-game treasure you can find. Calling upon the nostalgia of retro games as well as fulfilling that desire for little goodies? Well, that's almost cheating. I have to say as well, that the mixture of cute dudes like slimes and whatever those laser boys are, with the somewhat spooky dudes in armor and giant spiders, is actually a nice touch. Dark and mysterious mixed with cute? That's the kind of contrast that keeps someone interested in your world. And look at the tastefully minimal menu. Sure, I can't read it, but its sleek design makes navigation quick and easy. Oh no. No. I'm supposed to be asking why this game exists. It's styled heavily after Zelda and borrowed the worst parts of a Souls-like game. Why does it exist? Simple. Tunic exists to take the wonderful charm of classic adventure games and blend it with the difficulty of some modern games that people look for. The kind of difficulty where you lean back and you say, I know what I did wrong there. I can get this guy now. Tunic takes the soul-crushing elements of modern games along those lines, and it tempers them with the beauty and charm of a simple tale of adventure and rescue. The drip-feeding way of storytelling actually helps to ensure you keep going, even when an enemy is punishing you for just rushing into combat. You get this question rattling around in your brain. Just why? Why is the world like this? Why is there a fox locked in the spirit world? Who are these enemies who seem to be invading and industrializing the woods? Now, yes, the gameplay is not groundbreaking, not in any way. Loosely based on modern top-down adventure games, Tunic doesn't deliver something new there. Players of something like Link's Awakening on the Switch will recognize this game's style right away. But groundbreaking gameplay isn't as common as you might think, and it's not as important either. Tunic gives a clean, responsive gameplay that rewards patience and curiosity. Adding in some Souls-like mechanics serves to further enhance the adventuring feel of the game, as well as dishing out a decent amount of challenge. Well, that challenge depends on how you prefer to fight. Tunic gives an admittedly simple version of Souls-like combat. Your options in combat aren't vast, consisting mostly of whack enemy with sword, roll away from attack. There are some helpful items like bombs, firecrackers that can help add some depth to the combat, but learning enemy behavior and patterns, it's not difficult in Tunic either, as most don't have a complicated set of attacks or different stages, but it still takes the patience to act only when you know that you can without being punished for it. Throwing the combat aside, Tunic also throws plenty of puzzles your way. Most are not what I would call difficult, though the intentional lack of direction of the game does lead to some backtracking to figure out why you can't progress. However, this backtracking has a way of causing you to run into things like treasure chests or other little goodies that you had missed on your first walkthrough of the area. Ultimately, Tunic is an attempt to recapture the wanderlust of classic action-adventure games. One could call it a love letter to the genre. Mixing in modern mechanics is an attempt to freshen up the concept as well as get the new generation of gamers interested in what was. This blending can actually appease millennials like myself, as well as the children that some of us are having. It doesn't matter that Tunic doesn't bring some genre-defining thing to the table. What does matter is that for fans of this style of game, you'll be reminded of why you like these games. You'll remember the fun you had with others in the past. I felt some of the joy and, let's be honest, frustration I had when I first tried to play A Link to the Past as a kid. Tunic gives you that kind of callback, while offering you a new world to look at and a new story to imagine. Now, you can look at the obtuse storytelling as a flaw, but I think it's better to look at it as something you can fill in yourself. It may be an unintentional design, but allowing you, the player, to fill in the gaps can actually create a more personal experience. This brings us full circle, back to the question at hand. Why is Tunic? Tunic is because classics never die, but they do occasionally need to sit by the campfire and figure out how to proceed. I had a heck of a time putting this episode together, guys. It was a lot of fun and a lot of work, but it was most importantly fun. Fun fact, Tunic was developed by one person. He originally worked on the game on his days off until he actually decided to quit his job so he could focus on the game. It took like 7 years for him to get the game finished. That is a labor of love right there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you can share that in the comments below. There's a Discord as well if you would like to talk directly to others about the game. For now though, behave yourselves and play some games.